A very warm welcome to PCE Instruments, your manufacturer of test and measuring instruments for industry, trade and research. PCE, professional, calibrated equipment.
I have got from PCE the PPS 3305 and put it on my table. It is a programmable power supply, a power supply network device. A network device what a bit exceptional is. It can do much more as only voltage deliver with a constant load and voltage. For one, it has inside 3 individual independent from each other devices. And also both main parts are in the areas and programmable using a timer. You can switch the timer to and out. You can set different voltages, different values, so to say curve forms when a little angular. You can also save everything in the device. Even when switched off, is all saved and later called up. But it is all abstract. I'll show you some things. It has a nice display where you can see a very large, what is actually saved in the device. You can see in the upper 2 rows from left to right, first channel 1, it stands at 31.1 volt and has a voltage regulation of 5.2 ampere. Those are limit data. It can also 30 and a few little volts and 5.2 ampere. Channel 2 the same. Channel 3 falls a bit out of the row. It stands at 5 volt. But I can change channel 3 when I find the button. Look up here, I'll press here. Now we are at 2.5 volt, 3.3 volt, and now back to 5 volts. So that is this channel, which is here at the bottom. At these sockets, I have the possibility 3 different outloads to set, and it gives me 3 ampere. Next to it you can see channel 2 and there's channel 1 and here we have the mass. That means 2 outs for the main power unit, and I can set this. Watch, I have the possibility here above to go to channel 1. Turn it on. And down here on the soft bottom switch to voltage, and here I have the possibility to change the voltage in 0.1 steps. I can though as well go to a different decimal figure, for example here or the 1 millivolt setting, and change them. If I want to do big steps, I go here to the 1 volt settings. Exactly the same happens when I press the button current. Then I also have the possibility to change that. And when I have set it how I need it for my work or task, I can turn on my channel which I want. And that what I set up here, the should value is took over into the bottom part. Bit hard to see, it is the is value, but I have other display options. When I go to here, I get a larger, clearer display which I can read from afar, and I get that what I just said shown large. Naturally, there would also the current that flows when it is connected to be shown too. Simultaneously, the multiplication, the load is shown in watts. This display I can also have in this form, depending how you can read it better, or what you are used to. The same I do with channel 2. By 3 you saw we can change the voltage, but that is enough normally. I have here the possibility OVP, overload, to set. The voltage when overload is, there are more possibilities. Track means what we know from other devices, both channels are from the control switched parallel. That means I can, with one turn button on both the voltage, simultaneously increase and diminish and set the voltage. That is sensible in that case, where I go to a serial operation. We have here by serial operation. Both outs are switched in a row. I can from here to here, my voltage, take the addition of both channels, which are always identical. That means I only need to take the display times 2 and don't have to calculate. The same goes also with parallel switching with current, that I don't have 5.2 ampere but 10.4 ampere. I can get out of it a device which is not only to operate using the rotary knob, I can also set my voltage using the keys, how you like yourself. It is some are used to using the turn wheel, others like pressing keys. I have a device at home, I use the keys for years, and it works. Over this I have the possibility to set different parameters, and it has probably come to notice that we have left an IP address. The device is delivered with software which is over the network, either network or USB, or can be operated from a PC. It can be completely operated by remote control and naturally have the remote indicator. If I had it stood somewhere in the cellar by some sort of measuring construction and I sit upstairs in my office, I can monitor it from there and operate. Then we have other things. I can go now to a timer. I can set the parameters of the device into memory places, save and later call it up. The waveform is shown here graphically. What we have to set, how should it be shown? There are attempts where voltages try to be put higher or lower. I can save it here, and as you can see, it is shown very clearly and sharp. I also have the possibility, my outs, that what I gave out of the device, to see again. It is not an oscilloscope, it doesn't do it like we usually know, but I have at least a vision device, which gives me that what unmeasured values are there graphically over the timeline, so that I can see later what has happened. I could, in this case, if one of my devices is a short circuit, I can see where, when or what has happened and can react to it. So a device which is, for one, is a total normal high-end product for laboratories, a network device which is for use with 3 outs, 1 and 3 fixed values, switchable out voltages, and 2 others up to 30 volt and 5.2 ampere go. Parallel, a serial switchable. I can operate over my normal turn knob or using the keys when I set the values, and I can lay down certain scenes, what should happen, which voltage values, which current values are to be given out, and then later call them up. And that though also graphically see. So a laboratory device which goes far, far over beyond. The network connection additionally over USB either near or over the home network brings naturally further advantages, that you don't really need to sit next to it when I have my testing device in field far away and have to watch from somewhere else, monitor or control it. So the 3305 PPS, it is called from PCE. It is a powerful device which hardly a task can be done without it.
Discover and order the latest measuring and test equipment now on www.pce-instruments.com.